A freaky eater is someone who takes an eating habit to the extreme.
Kelly has eaten nothing but cheesy potatoes for 30 years.
I love cheese and potatoes. It's like crack to me. I gotta have it.
She's revolted by other foods.
I want you to try this because it's a green vegetable.
And her husband worries that she's destroying her health.
I'm afraid that I'm gonna come home and find out that she's had a heart attack.
Can specialists Mike Dow and JJ Virgin turn Kelly around
Every bite of cheesy potatoes is like digging your grave.
before it's too late?
Kelly's health is a ticking time bomb. She's got to change now.
My wife, Kelly, is a freaky eater.
34-year-old Kelly eats nothing but cheesy potatoes, morning, noon, and night.
I love cheese and potatoes. It's ooey gooey and just yum, yum, yummy.
Each and every day, Kelly eats a minimum of 8 potatoes and 4 cups of cheese, amounting to a whopping 8,000 calories and 176 grams of fat a day.
When I eat cheesy potatoes, I mean, it instantly puts a smile on my face.
Over the course of a year, Kelly consumes about 3,000 pounds of potatoes, 23 times more than the average American, and close to 1,500 cups of cheese.
It's definitely more than food. It's like crack to me. I gotta have it.
As a child, Kelly ate other foods, but cheesy potatoes soon became her
My
favorite.
mom took me to a fast food restaurant and they had cheese fried fries there, and ever since I had those, I just fell in love with them.
Kelly's eating habits changed around age 4 when she visited with relatives. There she was forced to eat food that didn't agree with her.
My mom told them that I don't like ham and eggs. They made me eat them, and I threw it up all over the table. Since that time, my diet has consisted of cheese and potatoes every meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, for probably 30 years. Can I get 3 orders of French fries, and can I have cheese put on those fries? I won't eat at work. I'll go through a drive-thru at lunchtime. I don't really eat in front of other people. I don't really want people to know how much I'm consuming.
Me and Kelly, we've been married 7 years.
You're cooking meat. I'm out of here. When Patrick's cooking, I'm usually in the living room watching TV because I don't even like being in the kitchen.
Kelly can't stand to smell or even touch most foods, especially vegetables.
Well, I want you to try this because it's a green vegetable. Every time I've tried to cook her a little something extra, she just refuses. Just try a little taste.
I can't.
Come here, baby. It's okay.
It's traumatic for me.
How's your dinner, babe?
Good.
Because of her aversion to other foods, Kelly even eats in a different room than Patrick.
My husband absolutely hates when I don't sit down and eat dinner with him.
Over the last decade, Kelly's freaky eating has caused her to gain over 150 pounds. It's taken a serious toll on her marriage and her health.
My energy level, honestly, is like slim to none. I am headed for the grave if I don't change my ways.
I'm afraid that I'm gonna come home and find out that she's had a heart attack. If she doesn't get some kind of help, she's not gonna last much longer.
In 5 years, I may not be around. I don't want to die young. I don't want to live like this anymore.
Before Kelly's health deteriorates any further, Patrick has asked nutritionist JJ Virgin and psychotherapist Dr. Mike Dow to intervene for a week of intense therapy.
Kelly.
Hi.
Hi. Don't be alarmed. We were sent by your husband, Patrick. I'm Dr. Mike Dow. I'm a licensed psychotherapist specializing in addictive behaviors and disordered eating.
I'm JJ Virgin.
Hi.
I'm a certified nutrition specialist and a certified health and fitness specialist. Can we chat with you a bit?
Sure.
Come on out.
Sure. When JJ and Dr. Dow walked up, I didn't know what to think. It kind of startled me.
Why do you eat in secret in an alley?
I don't want people to know what I eat. I'm ashamed of it.
How has this impacted your health?
I mean, right now, I'm okay, but heart disease runs in the family and diabetes.
Kelly's health is a ticking time bomb. This is a critical time for Kelly. It's really make or break.
I am so worried about it.
I know your husband's worried about it.
And I also see that you know that the French fries and the cheese is actually increasing your risk of those things, but you don't know how to change it. Is that right?
Do you want to change it?
I want to change it.
Kelly has been eating nothing but cheesy potatoes for the past 30 years. With her eating habits continuing to spiral out of control, her husband Patrick has called in the Freaky Eaters experts to help.
The next step for JJ and I is to actually see Kelly in her home environment. So how many times a day would you say that this is your meal, cheesy potatoes?
Twice a day when I'm working, because I usually don't eat breakfast. But on the weekends, I'll make a burrito.
Cheesy potato burrito?
Yeah.
A cheese and potato diet can create a host of problems: heart disease, diabetes, mood disorders.
I'd really like to hear what your husband has to say.
Baby!
I wanted to hear how her food addiction was affecting their marriage. You're not in the same rooms eating together, and you're certainly not going out to dinner and having those times, those memories that make marriages really work. Patrick, what's your worst fear?
That I'm gonna wake up some morning and she's gonna be gone. My dream for the two of us is to spend the next 50 years together.
The good news is we're going to help you to get there.
Next, JJ and Dr. Dow have a reality check for Kelly.
I want Kelly to see just how many potatoes and just how much cheese she consumes in just 4 months.
All right, Dr. Dow. Watch Kelly's face was incredible. She was horrified. That's 900 pounds of potatoes, which represents the amount of potatoes that you eat in 4 months.
It's disgusting. I thought it was years worth. When I found out they were only 4 months worth, it disgusted me.
The other half, the cheese. $120 pounds of cheese. Each of those bags represents a month's worth of cheese for you. What I'd like you to do is pick one of those up and pour it onto the potatoes.
Lifting the bag, it was heavy. Oh my God.
30 pounds.
It's sinking in that I do actually consume this much cheese, and it's gut-wrenching.
Kelly, what do you want to say to these cheesy potatoes?
I don't even want to look at it.
Disgusting?
This was painful, difficult, but it was necessary so she'd really come to reality of how much she eats. Our next step is to see what damage you've done already to your health.
Okay.
Watch the potato.
Kelly has submitted a blood sample for testing. Now the results are in.
The first thing that I wanted to look for was metabolic syndrome. Metabolic syndrome is a precursor to both diabetes and heart disease. It's characterized by a cluster of factors, the first one being triglycerides. Triglycerides are fats in the blood, and they're driven up by sugar, starch, and damaged fats. If you have metabolic syndrome, you'll have higher than 150 for your triglycerides. Yours are 359. The stakes for Kelly are high. She's got to change now.
I thought I was healthy. I just thought I was just overweight.
You're morbidly obese. You've got metabolic syndrome. You are in no way healthy.
I'm very scared. This is the first time I've ever seen anything on black and white of how sick I am.
The good news is it can all be fixed. But every bite of cheesy potatoes is like digging your grave. And we can reduce a lot of this in a matter of months if you are willing to go through what it takes to do it.
I'm willing. I can't go on like this anymore. I am motivated now. Whatever it takes.
Kelly's addiction to cheesy potatoes has brought her to a health crisis and put her marriage at risk.
Patrick, what's your worst fear?
That I'm gonna wake up some morning and she's gonna be gone.
Kelly is willing to make changes.
Got your broccoli for you.
Okay.
On the third day, Kelly attempts to try another new vegetable.
I'm really nervous about the broccoli. I have no clue what it's gonna taste like.
To overcome her fear, Kelly adds a familiar topping, which only reminds her of what she's missing.
Can you hand me the seasoned fries, please?
Sure.
It really hit me that I wanted the cheese and potatoes. I probably think about cheese and potatoes at least once an hour. I couldn't resist.
You want to come sit down and eat with me?
No, I'm gonna stand at the counter.
Kelly's biggest struggle has been the craving for cheesy potatoes. When she gets the cravings, she gets irritable, so I don't really push it that much.
With cheesy potatoes at her side, Kelly debates whether or not to eat the broccoli.
It's not bad cooked.
I don't think she liked it a lot, but she ate the little bit that I gave her.
After eating the broccoli, Kelly can resist temptation no longer.
I know they're so bad for me, but I can't fight the cravings.
And Kelly is still unable to sit down at the table with Patrick.
I'm still weird about people watching me eat. Right now, it's still difficult for me.